This merchant was visited by an angel who said, "Hey, there's only one god," so he ran over the fancy cube and told everyone, so they kicked him out. But some other people thought, "Hey, we can make a religion out of this," and expanded and ran into some empires. "Ah!" yelled the Byzantines, but the Sasanians couldn't say anything because they were already wiped out. Then the Muslims took a quick break from taking over the world to name their empire the Caliphate. They began a sparkling new golden age. Fast forward another few centuries, and these little Turkish groups had been migrating into the Caliphate for 500 years. Here come the Seljuk Turks, fully prepared to cause problems by founding the Seljuk Empire. Most of the empire's population was stationary and got tired of the nomadic Turks of the empire running around and raiding their towns, so the Turkish tribes and families were moved away from the central population to the frontier of the Seljuk Empire, which happened to be right next to Byzantine territory. So now, instead of raiding their own towns, the Turks began raiding Byzantine towns. Finally, the Byzantine emperor got annoyed enough to move an army to the border, but the Turks destroyed it and took him prisoner. The Seljuks in Anatolia wanted to be special, so they took Jerusalem from the Caliphate and declared themselves the independent Sultanate of Rum. When the Christians heard that the Holy Land had been taken from Muslims by a different group of Muslims, they freaked out and sent a crusade to massacre everyone in Jerusalem. Genghis Khan decided that he wanted to take over the entire world, and that happened to include the Sultanate of Rum, which the Mongols conquered and then completely forgot it existed a generation later. People relied on the security of their individual tribes. One of these tribes was ruled by Osman I. Then Osman founded the beginnings of the Ottoman Empire by declaring his land independent from the Sultanate of Rum and the Mongols. His baby empire started eating other baby empires in Anatolia, and they also continued the front tradition of pissing off the Byzantines, who finally got angry and went to go fight them, but the Turks kept running away repeatedly. The Byzantine emperor was convinced to stop attacking the Turks, but his dad wasn't having it, so he sent an entire army to stop the Turks, which got destroyed. Then Osman began a siege of Bursa. Since the Ottomans were still a young empire, they didn't really know how to do a siege, so it took 8 years for Bursa to fall. By the way, Osman just died, and his son Orhan just took over. The Ottomans conquered Nicomedia, and the new Byzantine emperor, Andronicus III Palaeologus, realized how screwed his empire was before dying from disease and causing a civil war because he couldn't pick a single heir. The Ottomans allied with John VI Cantacuzenus in the civil war, helping him seize the throne and gaining the right to raid Thrace, right before the Black Plague hit the Ottoman Empire and killed a ton of people. The Ottomans took this fort over here, except the Greeks who lived there weren't really happy with that, so they complained to Emperor Cantacuzenus, who sent for help.